In Clash Royale, gems are supposed to be the ultimate premium currency. Your ticket to unlocking chests faster, entering challenges, and grabbing those sweet shop offers. Back in the day, getting gems felt like hitting the jackpot. But over time, something changed. Supercell made choices that drained gems of their value, turning them from a prized resource to just another number. Now, if you don't want to fall behind and get the most out of your gems, understanding these changes is crucial. Here's how Clash Royale ruined its own gem economy. Alright, cue the Hollow Knight music! In the early days of Clash Royale, even though there were fewer ways to spend gems, they still felt incredibly valuable. Every gem you earned had weight. You didn't just throw them around, as you didn't get them that easily. At the start of the game, you receive 100 gems for free. From then on, the only ways to get them is through free chests, crown chests, and as a free reward in the shop. Oh, and I guess we had achievements, but I'm sure you've already forgotten about those. Or you could of course spend real money for gems. The only real ways to spend gems were speeding up chest unlocks and buying chests or gold from the shop. Nothing too exciting, but with each update, gems got more value. You see, on the 28th of February 2016, a new rarity was added to the game.
Holy shit. I got the Ice Wizard! I got the f***ing Ice Wizard! Oh my f***ing god! No, whatever. No! Oh, yes! Yes! Oh my god!
Legendaries were extremely powerful, but also extremely difficult to unlock. The only consistent way to obtain them was through super magical chests. And the only way to consistently get super magical chests was through, you guessed it, gems. 4,600 of them to be exact. And unless you spent money, there was no way you had the 4,600 gems required for a super magical chest. And even if you did spend money on a super magical chest, it would cost you around $33 for just one. And the odds of pulling a legendary weren't even that great, sitting at only 11.4%. Still, it was by far the best way to get them. And for this reason, gems held some serious value. And this value only grew with the introduction of challenges and tournaments, as entering them required spending gems. But on the 19th of September 2016, gems became insanely valuable. With this update, new cards would get a release offer. I believe the Mega Minion was the first to receive this treatment, and for 150 gems you could receive 100 Mega Minions. An easy way to unlock and upgrade the new card and get ahead of the competition. This definitely was nice and gave gems more flexibility, but it wasn't anything crazy. You see, this update also brought the legendary chest to the game. And by looking at its name, you might have an idea what this chest contained. The legendary chest had a random chance to appear in your shop and would guarantee a legendary for only 500 gems. This was huge compared to the 4,600 gems from a super magical chest that couldn't even guarantee one. And getting 500 gems wasn't super difficult, you just had to save up your gems in case a legendary chest popped up in your shop. And if you didn't have the gems, you could buy 500 gems for about $5, which isn't cheap, but a lot better than the $33 from before. By this time, pulling a legendary had become easier, but they were still highly sought after, making spending gems on a legendary chest one of the most valuable ways to spend your gems. Now, I briefly mentioned challenges and tournaments earlier. Tournaments could be hosted for a number of gems, with the smallest tournaments starting at 500 gems and the top prize being a chest that only contained 30 cards. But the tournaments update also brought us the biggest chest in Clash Royale history. Someone crazy enough to spend 250,000 gems, or $1,800 fucking dollars, would host a tournament capable of housing 1,000 players. The winner of this tournament would receive the largest chest we have ever seen and probably will ever see in Clash Royale history. This chest contained 15,000 cards. For reference, the Mega Lightning chest only contains a little over 1,000 cards. So not only did the gems have value in the sense that it can grant you rewards, it also had value because without them, you couldn't play tournaments. But the true value of gems was found in challenges. For only 10 gems, you could enter a classic challenge. Now, getting 12 wins in a classic challenge didn't give you anything crazy, I'm pretty sure it didn't even guarantee an epic, but then again, it's only 10 gems. But for 100 gems, you could enter a grand challenge. And if you were skilled enough and could consistently get to 12 wins, you would get some pretty neat rewards. A grand challenge chest at 12 wins would give you a 25% chance at receiving a legendary. But these odds only grew as more legendaries were added to the game, due to something called the legendary factor. So, after the graveyard was added to the game, the odds of getting a legendary from a 12-win GC chest already grew to 29%. But what if getting 12 wins could guarantee a legendary? That'd be crazy, right? Well, on the 23rd of December 2016, this very concept became reality. Before the general launch of the Electro Wizard, players had the chance to unlock him early by participating in his challenge. The rewards were the exact same as a Grand Challenge, but at 12 wins, the player would receive the legendary Electro Wizard. And considering this chest would contain the same rewards as a Grand Challenge, there was also a chance to get another legendary on top of the Electro Wizard. All players would get one free entry into this challenge, and if you lost 3 games, you could re-enter for 100 gems, giving you another shot at unlocking the Electro Wizard. But what if you didn't lose? Could you still re-enter after winning and get the Electro Wizard again? Well, yes, and people did exactly that. If you were skilled enough and you had at least a couple hundred gems, then you could farm Electro Wizards. And if you have the skill to move your finger slightly and click a red button, I can farm a free subscription to the channel. Anyway, gems had become even more valuable, because with enough skill, you weren't just getting any legendary, you could nearly guarantee yourself the brand new and incredibly strong Electro Wizard for only 100 gems. So, for a skilled player, challenges easily were the most valuable ways to spend your gems. As time went on, more special challenges were introduced, like Double Elixir, Ramp Up, and Sudden Death. Each of these challenges would give rewards at certain milestones. Some would get you some gold at 2 wins, a giant chest at 4 wins, and a magical chest at 6 wins. You get the point. On top of these milestone rewards, you would get a chest after ending the challenge, with each win increasing the value of this chest. Re-entering these challenges also cost gems, so if you were missing out on a magical chest and you felt confident you could get it, re-entering wouldn't be a terrible choice. Now, at this point, the value gems had were arguably at an all-time high. In 2017, we would also get Gem Rush events. Taking down towers while this event was running granted players a nice amount of gems, allowing you to spend them while they're still very valuable. So they gave out some free gems, but you had plenty of ways to use them and get value from them. For example, at the end of 2017, we would get a new feature added to the game called Special Boosts. There were 3 types of boosts that you could purchase with gems: the Chest Speed Up Boost, Victory Gold Boost, and the Crown Chest Boost. And the last one was the most interesting one. With the Crown Chest Boost, you would get double the rewards from a Crown Chest. Not only did this increase your rewards, it also increased the chance of getting legendaries. With so many opportunities to earn and spend gems effectively, it's no wonder they felt so valuable. But things wouldn't stay this way forever. So when exactly did gems lose their value? Well, I believe it started with the introduction of Pass Royale. The first ever Pass Royale was in June of 2019. For only $5, you could get value unlike anything we've ever seen at that point. The pass was incredible at boosting progression. It gave more rewards, but also let you queue up a second chest to unlock automatically. On top of that, you could re-enter challenges for free. The pass was simply a better deal for the money spent. And when something offers a better way to progress, the older methods lose their appeal. And that's exactly what happened to gems. But this was only the start. As time went on, the pass got more and more valuable, especially with the introduction of magic items. One of the biggest reasons people started buying the pass in 2021 was the Book of Books that was given at the end of each pass. The Book of Books could give a player 20 legendaries, and later with the introduction of champions, it could give 20 champions. Now, despite the pass being superior, gems still had some value, allowing you to get some great rewards when getting 10 wins in a global tournament, and a few other things. But fast forward a few months and we arrive at March 2022, when the Mastery update was introduced. This was genuinely a great update. It gave players a way to show off their dedication to each individual card, kind of like personalized achievements. Each Mastery milestone rewarded players with cards, gold, and gems. And at first glance that sounds amazing, right? Like free gems just for playing the game? What's not to love? Well, here's where things went sideways. This update caused a massive inflation of gems. Players were suddenly earning thousands of gems just by completing masteries. While that might seem like a win, it quickly became a problem, because soon there would be nothing left to spend them on. Around the same time that gems had become easier to earn, Supercell quietly started phasing out gem-based shop offers. Special deals, bonus chests, or limited time bundles that used to be purchasable with gems, gone, replaced by offers that required real money instead. So now, players were sitting on a mountain of gems, but with no real way to use them. And just like that, what was once the most valuable resource in the game started to feel pretty useless. All people really spent gems on was global tournaments, challenges, and emotes. And with 450 gems to earn per card, you would be pretty stacked for the foreseeable future. Supercell HQ realized this, and in June of 2023, they nerfed mastery rewards, giving you 5,000 gold instead of 300 gems. They tried to tone down the amount of gems people could get for free, but at this point most players already got a ton of gems from mastery. With the introduction of the Diamond Pass in October of 2024, players could get 1,500 gems per season by simply playing. It was kind of a weird way to make the pass seem a lot more valuable, when in reality gems weren't that valuable anymore. Regardless, it was way too generous for Supercell because with the most recent update, they nerfed the pass in pretty much every way possible, including how many gems you get. Also, what's going on with this Boss Bandit offer? It honestly feels like they're using this high-priced real money offer as a scare tactic, hoping that players will get so desperate that they'll start wasting gems on the terrible shop deals.
Oh my god, I just found the best thing to spend my gems on. 200 gems on 40 furnaces, anyone? Please, just one, dude. Just one chest, cause I don't wanna, I don't wanna go through this whole thing. Please. It's not even an option. Wow, that's fucking crazy. It's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. Yeah! Oh my god.
It's almost like they're saying, well, you could drop cash on this, or you could throw away your gems on something that's barely worth it. I have a gut feeling that in a few months they'll start reintroducing gem-based offers after a good chunk of players have already spent theirs. So, to fix the gem economy, there are a few solutions that I can think of. First, let's talk evolutions. Evolution shards should be purchasable with gems. Let's say around 1,500 gems per shard. I know that's a lot, but if we would get this, it's probably the most realistic number, if not more. And this would give players a way to spend gems on something actually valuable and actually useful, while also making the evolution system feel more accessible without feeling overpowered. Next, magic items should be available for purchase with gems as well. Magic items are essential for progressing in the game, so giving players the option to buy them with gems would add more utility to the currency and make gems feel worthwhile again. Lastly, to spice things up, maybe Clash Royale could introduce lucky drops in the shop for gems. By introducing these options, gems would once again feel like a meaningful resource and give players more ways to enhance their experience. But if I'm being honest, they should have just added cosmetics to the game years ago and made them purchasable with gems. But yeah, that's never happening, so I'll just go fuck myself.